Welcome to the 2021 awards ceremony. We will begin honoring our awardees momentarily. Please welcome the chair of the PAEA Awards and Honors Review Committee, Quincy Jones.
Good afternoon. We are extremely glad that you have joined us for this year's awards ceremony. My name is Quincy Jones, and I am chair of the PAEA Awards and Honors Review Committee. Our committee has the incredible privilege of reviewing award nominations. We were honored to review the well-deserved member nominations and then make the tough decisions to select the winners you will see here today. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of the PAEA Awards and Honors Review Committee: Paul Bradford, Melissa Dorr, Shelby Edwards, Harold Felton, Lori Palfreeman, Jennifer Zorn. Thank you all for all of your hard work and dedication this year. On behalf of the committee, I would like to congratulate this year's nominees, all of whom are extraordinary candidates. I would also like to thank everyone who wrote a nomination letter or a letter of support. You all contributed in a significant and meaningful way to the process of selecting the PA educators we will celebrate together today. Looking ahead, nominations for our 2022 awards will open in January. I encourage you to think about nominating your colleagues who are doing the exceptional work to train the next generation of PAs, support their colleagues, and strengthen PA education. Watch your inbox early next year for information on nominations to help us recognize the hard work of individuals in our community. At this time, we will move into the presentation of awards, which will be done by PAEA President-elect Kara Carruthers. Please join me in welcoming Kara to the ceremony.
Good morning. As President-elect, I have the distinct privilege of presenting the 2021 PAEA Faculty and Staff Awards to the inspiring group of PA educators you will meet today. I am honored to recognize the accomplishments of these individuals and institutions and their contributions to PA education. They have gone above and beyond to create more diverse and inclusive communities, serve their students and colleagues, and strengthen their programs for the future. To our honorees, know that you are not only making a difference at each of your programs, but to the PA profession as a whole. And with that, I am thrilled to begin celebrating the achievements of our colleagues who will receive awards this year. Our first award is the Article of the Year Award, which recognizes a single peer-reviewed publication related to the training and educational direction of future generations of PAs. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's awardee.
This year's Article of the Year is Scholarly Productivity and Occupational Stress Among Physician Assistant Educators, authored by Teresa E. Hegman. Ms. Hegman studied academic scholarship, which continues to challenge PA educators in the United States who typically enter academia with little experience in research or publication, and explored the relationships among publication success, gender, job stressors, program support, and intent to leave academia. The study showed that scholarship levels have dropped since 2010, likely related to the recent influx of junior faculty. Navigating the promotions process is a significant occupational stressor for PA educators and is associated with faculty intent to leave academia. Christopher R. Madej, Program Director of the University of Tennessee Health Science Center Physician Assistant Program, said, "Articles such as this, in my opinion, are what embodies the Article of the Year distinction. These data can be used in so many different aspects of hiring, developing, and more importantly, keeping high-quality PA educators to train the next generation of medical providers."
Congratulations to Teresa Hegman, clinical professor at the University of Iowa Carver College of Medicine, Department of Physician Assistant Studies, this year's recipient of the Article of the Year Award.
Hi, everyone. This is Teresa Hegman. I was very surprised and I'm humbled and deeply honored to have a paper that I wrote chosen for Article of the Year. They've asked me to hold up the Crystal Award here. It's beautiful. I'm not sure it's taping very well. The title of the article is Scholarly Productivity and Occupational Stress Among Physician Assistant Educators. It was in the June 2020 edition of JPAE. My first goal with the article was just to provide updated benchmarks for scholarly productivity for PA faculty. I think it's extremely important for PA educators to be judged against their peers when it comes to expectations for promotion. And the numbers from my 2012 analysis were getting outdated. So now there's an updated set of scholarship benchmarks to use when you're asked to write those letters for promotion. The data that I used for the percentiles tables came from the PAEA Faculty and Directors Survey. And as I was reviewing the survey instrument before putting in the data request, I realized that the survey had asked some intriguing questions about common workplace stressors, such as expectations for scholarship. It turns out that expectations surrounding research, publishing, and the promotions process in general are commonly reported stressors among PA faculty and seem to be associated with thoughts of leaving academia or changing institutions. I won't give any more spoilers. I'll let you read the paper. I want to thank the PAEA Research Department and Xin Yuan in particular for her help with the data set. Thank you.
Our next award is the Excellence Through Diversity Award, which recognizes the outstanding commitments and achievements of a PAEA member program that has made noteworthy contributions to promoting diversity in all elements of PA education. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's winner.
The University of Utah Physician Assistant Program has been a champion for increasing diversity in the PA profession. The program's mission to serve the underserved is seen within the classroom, the clinic, and the community through community-engaged learning, rural rotations, a migrant farm workers program, and volunteer-free clinics. The current PA student class is the most diverse in their Department of Family and Preventative Medicine's history, with 52% Black, Indigenous, people of color, and 29% underrepresented in medicine, which meets or exceeds the population parity for Utah. The program is one of the few programs with a Director of Inclusion and Diversity and a Faculty Diversity Officer and Committee, and offers outstanding curriculum and community engagement to enhance this work. The program holds an impressive mission statement and a history of noteworthy, nationally recognized excellence through diversity. Program Director of the University of Utah Physician Assistant Program, Jared Spackman notes, "As a faculty leading the didactic team from 2014 to 2016, then as program director for the last 3 years, I have seen the fruits of our increased diversity, inclusion, and equity firsthand." The University of Utah Physician Assistant Program continues to build and deepen our skills and efforts in the EDI space.
Accepting the award is University of Utah Physician Assistant Director of Inclusion and Diversity, Darren Ryujan. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the Excellence Through Diversity Award.
On behalf of the University of Utah Physician Assistant Program, we humbly accept the PAEA Excellence Through Diversity Award. It is a privilege and honor to be recognized for this award and represents the unending and courageous work of our faculty and staff. As we all know, equity, diversity, and inclusion work is difficult and cannot be achieved without affinity and collaboration, and so we would like to thank our colleagues throughout the country and PAEA for creating intentional pathways to address and improve equity, diversity, and inclusion in our profession. It would be remiss if we do not recognize our students, who we owe a debt of gratitude as they remain patient, give voice, and have faith in our system when historically the system has failed them before. They are the true believers who will move equity, diversity, and inclusion forward and change our society for the betterment of all. Once again, thank you PAEA for this most meaningful award.
Our next award is the Partnership Award, which recognizes an individual or institution that has provided support to a PA program and made a noteworthy contribution to PA education. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's institution.
University Hospitals has been a valuable partner for the Case Western Reserve University Physician Assistant Program since the program's inception. In addition to playing a vital role in clinical education, University Hospitals was instrumental in securing a wide range of clinical rotation placements throughout the institution, spanning various medical specialties at hospitals and office locations. The outstanding partnership with University Hospitals' leadership team has extended far beyond traditional clinical rotations and PA student precepting. Since 2019, more than 100 PA students have participated in a collaborative student program with University Hospitals, including preclinical clerkship and quality improvement project student groups. During COVID-19, University Hospitals developed, initiated, and implemented a new path forward which allowed Case Western Reserve PA students to continue to participate in clinical rotations and clinical experiences. Due to their dedication and diligence, no student was left unassigned to a clinical space, which was an enormous achievement during the pandemic. Case Western Reserve Clinical Coordinator Desiree A. Palumbo said, "University Hospitals is a true shining star amongst our clinical partners. For this reason, our clinical curriculum and clinical experiences continue to have a bright future ahead, filled with incredible learning opportunities for our current and future PA students."
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of this year's Partnership Award, University Hospitals.
Hello, I'm Erin Slay, the System Director for Advanced Practice for University Hospitals. I'm joined today with my colleagues, Casey Kosel and Kathy Day. We are excited to accept this PAEA Partnership Award on behalf of University Hospitals. We are thrilled with our collaboration with Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine's PA program on the Preclinical and Quality Clerkship Initiative. This clerkship provides the student with a longitudinal clinical experience at clinical sites in the didactic year, utilizing what is learned in principles of interviewing and physical diagnosis. During the preclinical time at program designated sites, students continue to develop and apply their history and physical exam skills, interpersonal skills, oral presentation, and medical documentation skills. This clerkship helps to better prepare students to gain experience and develop confidence in approaching students prior to entering the clinical year, as well as an immersion experience in multidisciplinary teams' approaches to care. In our 3 years of this collaboration, we have had the privilege to work with some extraordinary individuals, from students to clinical coordinators from Case Western Reserve University. Thank you for this award. We look forward to continuing our partnership with the PA program.
Our next award is the Clinical Education Award. This award recognizes a program faculty or staff member with a minimum of 3 years of experience coordinating the clinical education of PA students. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's awardee.
Since 2016, Mia Hyde has served as the Director of Clinical Development at the Division of Physician Assistant Education at University of Nebraska Medical Center. Ms. Hyde provides exemplary student support and develops relationships that both maintain clinical sites and foster positive relationships throughout the organization and community. Ms. Hyde leads a collaborative clinical education team that identifies individual student interests, clinical rotation goals, and career aspirations. This is done through an initial presentation to students regarding rotation opportunities, followed by individual student meetings which seek to identify students' interest in rotation specialties and settings, identify locations with a support system for the student, and discuss potential challenges to clinical education. After these meetings are completed, Ms. Hyde works to provide students with the clinical education experience that will best meet their needs. Additionally, Ms. Hyde has worked diligently to assure all the program's preceptors stay in the know on UNMC PA education through the creation of a preceptor newsletter and a preceptor website, both of which she maintains. Director of Clinical Assessment Carrie Wheelhouse said, "Mia is vital to the heart of our clinical education team and our students' clinical experience. Mia's exemplary student support, collaborative relationships, and innovative methods of communication have positively impacted our students' experience, preceptors' experience, and the relationships we have with our clinical year community."
Congratulations to the recipient of this year's Clinical Education Award, a fellow Cornhusker, Mia Hyde, who's the Director of Clinical Development at the Division of Physician Assistant Education at the University of Nebraska Medical Center.
Good morning. My name is Mia Hyde, Director of Clinical Development at the University of Nebraska Medical Center Department of Physician Assistant Education. I would like to begin by expressing my profound gratitude to the Physician Assistant Education Association Awards Committee for bestowing the tremendous honor of the PAEA Clinical Education Award upon me this year. I am truly humbled as I know that I am one among many truly worthy and deserving candidates and colleagues in the field of clinical year PA education. I would also like to say thank you to my Gold Star faculty and staff team at the UNMC PA program for supporting me not only with this nomination, but in my everyday pursuit of excellence in PA education. We all know that it takes a team approach to manage the many aspects of PA education, both in the didactic and clinical phases, especially in this last couple of years with the unique challenges that a pandemic has presented. Without the encouragement and backing of my UNMC family, I could not succeed at the role I play in coordination and education of our PA students. I also want to thank those students, the 66 individuals that pass through our lives each year for a short time, but leave incredible memories and lasting professional relationships for years to follow. Many people often ask me, how do you stay sane and motivated in such a hectic, crazy position with unending last-minute changes and frenzied schedules? So here's a couple of my top answers. I truly enjoy working with our students in the clinical phase of study. I love witnessing that point when it all starts to fall into place for them. Light bulbs start flashing and their didactic knowledge, clinical application, and evidence-based practices all intersect to set them on their track for professional practice. Working with providers and staff at our supporting clinical sites is a tremendous joy for me as well. Many are colleagues, both past and present. Many are new acquaintances. Regardless, the networking and relationships are an invaluable support of the future of our profession. Finally, the support of rural medicine is near and dear to my heart. As a PA that has practiced in rural family medicine my entire career, I am committed to continuing to promote rural sites, to bridge gaps in access for patient care, ensure a continued PA workforce for the rural areas, and to support our rural providers. In closing, I would like to especially offer one final thank you to the following friends and colleagues for their nominations and unending support. They have been my rock: Annie Wildermuth, Carrie Wheelhouse, and Sean Grammer. Thank you so much. Here's to many more years of success and innovation in clinical year PA education.
Our next award is the Administrative Support Staff Award, which recognizes a program staff member who has made extraordinary contributions to PA education. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's awardee.
Kate Holman has served the Duke University community for 24 years and the Physician Assistant Program as a clinical program coordinator for 4 years, during which time she has worked closely with students, faculty, staff, and community partners to facilitate 900 clinical placement slots each year. Ms. Holman's resourcefulness and ability to collaborate with administration, faculty, fellow staff, and students has been vital to the success of the program, as demonstrated by her work throughout the pandemic, reestablishing clinical year placements after students were pulled off rotations due to COVID-19, engaging in advocacy to secure housing for away rotation sites, and creating a process for protective personal equipment distribution to ensure that students had needed items for didactic learning activities and patient care. In addition to the work that Ms. Holman does for the program, her care and compassion for all promotes a safe and supportive culture and learning environment for students and colleagues. Students in the class of 2020 bestowed her with the Student Staff Appreciation Award for her work and dedication. Program Director Jacqueline Barnett says, "Kate is an extraordinary person who exemplifies care and compassion in everything that she does and truly represents the essence of the Administrative Support Staff Award."
Congratulations to Kate Holman, Clinical Program Coordinator at the Duke University Physician Assistant Program, this year's recipient of the Administrative Support Staff Award.
Thank you so much for this tremendous honor. I was shocked and humbled when I was notified that I had been selected for the PAEA Administrative Support Award. I want to thank Dr. Jacqueline Barnett, Program Director at the Duke PA program, and all of my colleagues. Dr. Barnett is a strong advocate for not only our students, but all of us in the PA program family. She encourages everyone that works with her to reach for their goals and provides the resources to make it happen. I have to thank a few of my mentors who have guided me on my career path and have supported me. Thank you to Drs. Justine Strandy-Oliveira, Woody Warburton, Vicki Caprillion, Ms. Karen Hills, Ms. Pat Dieter, Ms. Melinda Blazer, and Ms. Diane Spell. Also, thank you to so many amazing providers, faculty, and staff who have supported me in my work-life journey. I'm quite blessed to work in an environment that has and continues to encourage me to go out of my comfort zone and learn new things. I enjoy being part of our students' educational experiences and strive to make sure they have the tools they need to succeed. And finally, I cannot be here without the support of my husband, Jamie, and my daughter, Maggie. They have supported me when life has been a little stressful. They keep me grounded and moving forward. Again, I really appreciate this recognition. Thank you.
Our next award is for the New Faculty Award for Professional Excellence, which recognizes a program faculty member with 3 or fewer years of service who has made noteworthy contributions to PA education. Let's learn a little bit more.
Hired in 2018 as full-time faculty at the Case Western Reserve University Physician Assistant Program, Jensen T. Lewis, Director of Didactic Curriculum, wanted to be a PA educator since he was a PA student. In his role, Mr. Lewis has made significant contributions in curriculum development, innovation in teaching, professional service, administration, and scholarship. Since joining the program, Mr. Lewis has implemented new learning strategies and pedagogies throughout the didactic phase of the curriculum, including increased active learning styles. Mr. Lewis also implemented a number of curricular innovations and new teaching methodologies into the program. In 2019, CWRU PA program was one of 10 programs chosen to join PAEA's PRAC EDPA Substance Use Disorder Curriculum Workgroup. Mr. Lewis served as the chief contributor from the program, delivering the entire curriculum to first-year students within the behavioral health course for the past 2 years. Mr. Lewis was the recipient of the Cleveland Clinic PA Shining Star Award in 2012 and again in 2013. The PA Shining Star is awarded annually to only 10 physician assistants out of the more than 600 throughout the Cleveland Clinic Hospital enterprise. Award recipients are determined by their peers as well as hospital staff who vote for outstanding and respected physician assistants in the Cleveland Clinic system. Program Director Cynthia Booth-Lord says, Jensen is an outstanding student advisor and mentor. He is firm but kind and understanding, and students know where they stand with him. He connects with students and makes himself available at all times. Students know they can count on Jensen.
Congratulations to Jensen T. Lewis, Director of Didactic Curriculum at Case Western Reserve University Physician Assistant Program, this year's recipient of the New Faculty Award.
Hello. It is such an honor and a privilege to be the recipient of the PAEA New Faculty of the Year Award. First off, I'd like to thank my wife, Lauren, who has allowed me to dive right into PA education. It's been a dream of mine since PA school to work with students and train the future PAs. And without her love and guidance, I would not be here today. So thank you, Lauren. Second, I'd like to thank Cindy Lord, who's been an unbelievable mentor and leader. She's allowed me to develop curriculum even when maybe my ideas were a little crazy. She's been right there to support and guide me on this journey. We've navigated some unbelievable waters with COVID, and Cindy's been there every step of the way, so thank you. To my faculty colleagues, it is an honor to work with each of you every day. You are all such talented individuals. We all share the same goal, and that is treating the providers of the future to provide excellent patient care. I have yet to wake up one day and say, I gotta go to work, so thank you. And finally, the students. Without the students, we as faculty are nothing, and students share the same passion that we do, and it is such a privilege to teach and guide and mentor all of the amazing students at Case Western Reserve University. I can't say that any better. Thank you, PAEA. Again, I am unbelievably honored and humbled.
Our next award is the Rising Star Award, which goes to a program faculty member with 3 to 7 years of service who has made noteworthy contributions to PA education. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's Rising Star.
Datheon Sturgis, Assistant Professor and Associate Program Director of Regional Affairs, Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion at the University of Washington MEDEX Northwest Physician Assistant Program, began his career in PA education in 2014. Since that time, he has gone to great lengths to ensure that all of his students are in an environment that is safe and nurturing. Dr. Sturgis is a highly sought-after speaker and presenter. Within the MEDEX program, he chairs several courses and presents regularly. He also is a well-recognized teacher outside MEDEX, presenting to the larger Department of Family Medicine and the School of Medicine on diversity and inclusion topics. He has been an invited guest speaker at several other institutions. Dr. Sturgis has focused his scholarship on health promotion and health education interventions, perceived burnout in underrepresented minority PA educators, imposter syndrome, and the intersection of justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion within PA education. Dr. Sturgis serves as the Associate Program Director, APD, of Regional Affairs and Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, Jedi, for the MEDEX Northwest program, and was elected to the Faculty Senate by his departmental peers after only 18 months at the University of Washington. He serves the PA profession as a peer reviewer for the Journal of Physician Assistant Education and continues to build his expertise in justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion as the journal's feature editor on this topic. His colleague, Paul A. James, MD, said, Datheon Sturgis has excelled in teaching, administrative leadership, scholarship, and professional service at the local and national levels. While I've described a young faculty member with significant accomplishments, I can assure you that these only hint at the potential of this young man.
Congratulations to Datheon Sturgis, Assistant Professor and Associate Program Director of Regional Affairs, Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion at the University of Washington MEDEX Northwest Physician Assistant Program, this year's Jedi Warrior and Rising Star.
First and foremost, I thank the Creator, my family, colleagues, and support system for life's many blessings. As I hold this crystal award in my hand, I'm reminded of the poem Mother to Son by the great American poet and curator of the Harlem Renaissance, Langston Hughes. And I'm going to recite this poem in African American vernacular English. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor bare. But all the time, I've been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps because you finds it kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I still going, honey, and I still climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair. I'm grateful that Dr. Gene Jones took a chance on me 7 years ago and invited me to join the faculty at UT Southwestern in Dallas, Texas. And upon his retirement, he gifted me a book in which he addressed me, a certain rising star. How words carry so much power. My journey into PA education has been kismet, and it has allowed me to recognize and cultivate my personal why. I've met wonderful people along the way who have supported, nurtured, taught, and sponsored me to include my mentor, brother, and big boss at the University of Washington MEDEX Northwest PA program, Mr. Terry Scott. From once being told that justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion was low-hanging fruit, to it now being my life's work, a true Jedi Warrior keeps pushing forward. To all my students, past, present, and future, I will continue to offer a culturally humble, clinically competent education that will allow you to offer high-quality patient care, address existing health disparities, and continue forward progression toward health equity. To my colleagues, let's continue to offer stellar educational opportunities and celebrate the beauty that comes with diversity. Just remember, diversity must be accompanied by inclusive practices. Again, I am grateful to be the recipient of the 2021 PAEA Rising Star Award, and to my nominators, Professor Terry Scott, Dr. Mizba King, and Dr. Paul James. This bit of confidence means the world to me. Everyone, go forward, be great, and become a Jedi Warrior. Thank you so much.
Next, we have the Master Faculty Award, which recognizes a program faculty member with a minimum of 7 years of service who has made noteworthy contributions to PA education. Let's learn a bit more about this year's awardee.
Melissa Murphin has been a full-time PA educator at Elon University for over 9 years, demonstrating outstanding contributions in teaching, administration, scholarship, and service. Her energy in teaching foundational content led to her finding new and exciting ways to help students master difficult concepts. Tasked with the intensive pharmacology sequence in the Department of Physician Assistant Studies curriculum, Melissa reached out to colleagues across campus in the Center for Advancement of Teaching and Learning and in the Teaching and Learning Technologies Department to explore innovative pedagogy. These collaborations have led to marked success in the classroom through the use of gaming and augmented reality, and have afforded her a reputation as a great communicator and partner across campus. Ms. Murphin's superior attention to detail and curiosity towards data analysis afforded her the role of academic coordinator within 2 years of her arrival to Elon. Her affinity towards program evaluation made her a natural leader within the Department of Physician Assistant Studies and helped the department to achieve accreditation continued status in 2016. Ms. Murphin has a consistent record of scholarly contributions that led to her promotion to Associate Professor in 2019. This scholarship spans the entirety of Boyer's model, from her studies of augmented reality, gaming, and pants performance to her recent explorations of COVID-19 biomarkers and antibodies. Melissa is innately curious and empowers others to collaborate with her through her love of data and careful analysis. Dean of the School of Health Sciences and Professor of Health Sciences at Elon University, Rebecca Nydusky says, a review of Melissa's service to the Department of Physician Assistant Studies, the School of Health Sciences, Elon University, and the PA profession clearly reveals a person who understands and is committed to the effort it takes to create holistic and successful organizations.
Please join me in congratulating Melissa Murphin, Elon University Department of Physician Assistant Studies, Director of Educational Strategies.
Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Murphin, and I just wanted to say deep thanks and gratitude for awarding me the PAEA Master Faculty Award for 2021. I don't think of myself in that category, so I greatly appreciate the recognition from the organization, and to be able to say that all of the work that I really love has been recognized in this fashion. I have to thank everyone at Elon University's PA program for the support that I've received and the ability to create amazing things and the flexibility that I've had to innovate and to move forward. And deep thanks to all of the faculty colleagues and staff in my department that have been here to support me and help me grow in this fashion. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you.
Next, we will present the Leadership Development Award, which recognizes an individual who demonstrates exceptional leadership and develops a new generation of educational leaders. Let's learn a little bit more about this year's awardee.
Dr. Jacqueline Barnett, Program Director of the Duke University PA Program, has held numerous leadership positions over her 25-year career, serving in over 15 professional organization leadership and service roles and investing in countless individuals as a mentor, coach, and leader. Dr. Barnett is known for offering mentees significant autonomy to have considerable responsibility and ownership of leadership decisions, leading those around her into confidence and clear direction in their management styles and decision-making capabilities. An area of mentorship that sets Dr. Barnett apart is her equitable and inclusive approach to leadership. She is a staunch advocate to support professional development in all Duke PA program community members, including faculty, staff, and students alike. Dr. Barnett maintains a strategic approach to assigning work tasks and professional development opportunities that align with an individual's interests and desired areas for growth. Perhaps most inspiring to those who know Dr. Barnett is her unwavering commitment to diversity and inclusion, the PA profession, and service to others. She is known for elevating others, celebrating accomplishments, and honoring diversity within the community. Since she joined the Duke PA program family, she has attended every student service opportunity. She is a known leader within the institution, raising awareness for PAs and serving as a voice for students across all health professions programs. Dr. Barnett leads by example, regularly modeling how to constructively challenge a fixed mindset to foster the growth of perspective among her colleagues and students. Director of Clinical Education Melinda Blazar says, "No letter can do justice to the monumental impact Dr. Jacqueline Barnett's leadership, advocacy, and mentorship has had on the PA profession. The PA education community has been changed for the better because of Dr. Barnett's significant and impactful leadership contributions."
Congratulations to the recipient of this year's Leadership Development Award, Jacqueline Barnett, Program Director of the Duke University Medical Center's Physician Assistant Program.
Oh my goodness, it is with unbelievable gratitude and humility that I accept this phenomenal award. I want to thank PAEA for creating this award and for the other awards that recognize PA educators. I must give thanks to April Stouter, Alicia Bolden, and Melinda Blazar for their nomination and letters of support, as well as to other Duke and non-Duke personnel who supported this nomination. As a PA, like many of you, I never entered this profession expecting any accolades or awards. I just wanted to do good work. My parents, who I thank for my life, always stressed the duty of service and making a difference. And for me, this award is about paying homage to those leaders who gave of their time and heart and made a difference in my life as well as the life of so many others. A special thanks to the GW faculty who accepted me into the PA program in 1992, especially to Lisa Alexander, who served as my advisor and program director, along with Susan Dunphy, Jim Cawley, and Bob McNellis. And to Susan Lella Shore, who was a sister and mentor to me when I first joined the GW faculty in 2001. Thanks also to Karen Hills and Pat Dieter and the program faculty, staff, and students for welcoming me to Duke in 2015. I'm so appreciative of your ongoing support and unwavering commitment to the mission of the program. And to those PA educators who mentor and engage in diversity and equity work like the Black Folk PA group, especially doing this work when it was not a popular thing to do, thank you. Thank you so much. Please know that this advocacy and leadership work matters, and we must all continue to push for equity in education and beyond. And lastly, to my husband, Howard Straker, thank you for being a fantastic role model. You are the rock of our family and the absolute love of my life. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much.
Our final award is the Lifetime Achievement Award. This is PAEA's most prestigious award. It honors an individual who has reached the pinnacle of their career. We are so honored to present this award to Grace P. Landale, Program Director of Touro University's joint MSPAS MPH program.
Ms. Landale's expansive PA education career began in 1990. Since that time, she has shepherded over 1,700 students into careers as a PA. Her first academic position was at MedX Northwest, where she served as Director of Diversity, Didactic Coordinator, and Clinical Coordinator, and eventually became the Associate Program Director. In 2010, she became the Program Director at the Touro University, California Joint MSPAS MPH program. Throughout her career, Ms. Landale has demonstrated a commitment to volunteerism and access to healthcare, regularly overseeing student-led influenza vaccination clinics and screening events for diabetes and hypertension. She is active in organizing the campus's response to the COVID-19 pandemic and serves on the campus task force for COVID-19 vaccination. As program director at TUC, she implemented many important diversity, equity, and inclusion changes, including streamlining admissions requirements, adding consideration of first-generation and language status, and the creation of a bridge program to increase student success. Her commitment to educating students from disadvantaged backgrounds is displayed in her awarding of over $3 million in grants during her time at TUC. These grants help to fund student stipends and create unique programs for preceptors with the goal of increased access to quality primary and mental health care. Professor Landale's history of distinguished service spans an entire career at every level. In addition to her transformational leadership provided at both MedX and TUC, she has been involved in multiple special interest groups shaping the PA profession. Her leadership in PA education expands numerous committees in both the Physician Assistant Education Association and Accreditation Review Commission on Education for the Physician Assistant. Her colleague Terry Scott says Ms. Landale is an outstanding educator. She is passionate about physician assistant education. She cares deeply about every individual and strives to ensure that everyone is learning in an environment that is safe and nurturing. Grace is a staunch advocate for her faculty and students. She gives tirelessly of her time and is an exceptional mentor and role model.
Please join me in congratulating Grace Landale, this year's recipient of PAEA's Lifetime Achievement Award.
I am honored and humbled to receive the PAEA Lifetime Achievement Award. In some ways, it feels odd to receive such an award because I've just been doing what I love. And I feel like there's still so much more that I can do. Although I stepped down as program director at Touro University, California in early August, I continue on faculty, and I hope to spend more time in the classroom with students, work doing recruitment, and whatever else is needed. And yes, that includes working on accreditation. I've had the privilege of working with amazing faculty and staff over the years. For 20 years at MedX Northwest and 11 years at Touro University, California. To have the opportunity to work with two groups of people who are so dedicated to increasing access to PA education for diverse students, and whose graduates then go on to increase access to healthcare to under-resourced communities has been incredible. It just doesn't get much better than that. I have a few things that I would like to pass on. Be a good team player. We can all be better working together. Don't create work for others. Creating a diverse workforce includes providing a supportive learning environment for all students who can learn from one another as well as from their teachers and patients. Equity is more than equality. It's okay to say, I don't know, but then go find the answer. Our students will be our colleagues when they graduate. Treat them accordingly. Mentor others to take your place, then provide them with the freedom and space to grow and develop. And lastly, accreditation is not a swear word, and commissioners and site visitors are not the spawn of the devil. It's a peer review process, and the standards can be your friend when dealing with your institution. Because no one is on this journey alone, I'd like to end by thanking some folks. First, Joy Moverly, who nominated me for this award, and for the folks who wrote letters of support. To Henry Stoll and John Yerxa, who got me through my first year of teaching at MEDEX and taught me the corollary of you can't please everyone, which is you're going to piss off 3% of the population, just accept it and move on. Ruth Balwick, who provided me with opportunities when I was early in my career. Howard Straker, who was my partner in crime in Sitka. Laura Stutzer and Sherry Stolberg, who've been my role models and the PA educator I want to be when I grow up. I guess I'm there. I hope I've been successful. The students I've had the privilege of teaching and learning from over the years. And lastly, I'd like to thank my partner of 41 years and wife for the last 8, who's allowed me to take time away from her to work on behalf of the PA profession. Don't worry, Jude. I promise I will retire. Thank you again for this award. It's an honor to receive it.
This concludes our annual Faculty Awards. Hopefully next year we'll be all together in San Diego. Again, thank you to everyone who submitted nominations, and a special thank you to the Awards and Honors Review Committee members for all of your hard work to make this award ceremony possible. Now, I'm going to turn things over to PAEA's President, Michael Statler, to recognize 2 additional individuals.
Thank you, Kara. With the 50th anniversary of the association on the horizon, PAEA will begin celebrating several important milestones. It's hard to believe that the small association that began under the American Academy of Physician Assistants as the Association of Physician Assistant Programs, or APAP, has been in existence for nearly half a century. As we approach the golden anniversary of the organization, this year we celebrate another important milestone. 2021 marks the 30th anniversary of the Journal of Physician Assistant Education, or as many of you know it as JPAE. Publishing the journal is no small feat and requires lots of work from both volunteers and staff alike. There are so many people to thank for developing this unique publication, beginning with the founder for the Journal of Physician Assistant Education, Dr. Don Peterson. Don, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire association, thank you for your visionary leadership that led to the only journal dedicated exclusively to physician assistant education. After all these years, JPAE continues to be the only national publication solely for PA education. Since Don first introduced the journal, originally called Perspective on Physician Assistant Education, 2 editors-in-chief have followed in his footsteps to ensure the journal remains of the highest caliber. Dr. Jean Jones, thank you for your leadership and dedication to not just the journal, but the PA profession. I want to acknowledge that it was under your leadership as editor-in-chief was when Perspective became the Journal for Physician Assistant Education. Dr. Dave Asprey has been the editor-in-chief for the past 9 years, and just a few weeks ago, Dr. Trent Honda was selected as the journal's new editor-in-chief. His term will begin on January 1, 2022. In addition to the editor-in-chief, an estimated 90 volunteers and 150 peer reviewers have given their time and talents to the journal. I would also like to give a special thank you to the PAEA staff, including Stephen Lane, who helped to get the journal published in Medline, and editorial director Libby Alsbury, without whom the journal wouldn't be where it is today. I hope you will all join me in thanking these individuals who have made the journal possible. On behalf of the PAEA Board of Directors and all of our member programs, thank you to all of you. This year, on behalf of the entire association, I want to pay a special tribute to Dr. David Asprey, who has served as editor-in-chief of the Journal for Physician Assistant Education for nearly 9 years. Under his leadership, the JPAE editorial team doubled the number of submitted articles, resulting in our current robust pipeline, and moved to Wolters Kluwer as our publisher, which expanded the reach of the journal to a wider audience. Now we will watch a brief video to learn more about Dr. Asprey's service over the years.
Certainly the journal, I think, is recognized as one of the very seminal journals within our profession in terms of one that's recognized by promotion and tenure committees.
We help educate and inform the community. We provide a place for people to publish, and then we actually help PA educators develop as researchers and writers.
There is only one preeminent place to publish PA education, research, and scholarship, and that is the Journal of Physician Assistant Education.
Dave Asprey took the journal over from Gene Jones, who was another outstanding editor who had really formed the journal in many ways through his editorship. And so Gene gave Dave a great foundation to start with. Dave has done a lot of things for the journal. He's done a great job of raising the standards of the journal in terms of what gets published, particularly as it relates to survey research and stats and methodology. And I think he's done that in a really sensitive and appropriate way.
Dr. Asprey may or may not know this, but my very first 2 months as a full-time PA educator, he was leading a workshop that I was fortunate enough to attend, and was able to, at that point in time, see his steadfast, calm leadership, as well as the respect that he commanded from his peers based upon his august position within PA education.
Looking back, probably a couple of things that I would say I'm most proud of in my tenure in the role of editor-in-chief. Certainly, I think moving into that partnership with Wolters Kluwer was one of those huge milestones that really, again, positioned us to really have a very professional-looking journal. The other item that is something I look back on with great fondness is the opportunity that we had to create a special edition of the Journal of Physician Assistant Education that was designed to celebrate the 50th anniversary of our profession. That gave us a great opportunity to pull together a lot of valuable information, historical perspectives, and information that celebrates the 50 years that we have been in existence as a profession.
Working with Dave was an incredible experience for me. He mentored me tremendously through this process, and I think other members of the board would say the same. And I think he's a teacher at heart, and I think that comes through in the way that he interacts with both members of the board and with authors as he goes and as he reviews and as he coaches them.
I'm delighted that we have been successful in identifying the next editor-in-chief, Trent Honda, who I know well and have had the opportunity to work with on the editorial board. And I'm very excited to see what Trent will do in terms of taking the journal and moving it into the next phase and the next step.
Taking on the role of the editor-in-chief is a tremendous opportunity. Really is humbling to have the opportunity to step into this. And it's my hope to be able to be as effective as Dr. Asprey has been.
Serving as the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Physician Assistant Education has been probably one of the greatest honors I've had as part of my academic and professional career. Certainly the opportunity to be able to allow both the organization, PAEA, as well as colleagues from around the country to have an opportunity to share their work has just been one of those things that just is very rewarding. It's been a great honor for me to serve in this capacity.
Dave, it is my honor to present you with the Outstanding Service Award for your leadership and service to the Journal of Physician Assistant Education. I am honored to have the opportunity to recognize PAEA's immediate past president, Dr. Howard Straker. Howard, to say your leadership has been impactful would be a vast understatement. Under your leadership, the organization and our member programs pursued diversity, equity, and inclusion in new and impactful ways. I can't thank you enough for your many years of service on the PAEA Board of Directors as Director at Large, Secretary, President, and immediate past President. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire association, it is my honor and privilege to present you this award for your tremendous leadership and service.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you, PAEA, for this award. This is beautiful. Thank you. You know, it's been an honor to serve on the board and to serve as president of this organization. PAEA is an organization that's helped me grow and develop as a professional. It's been a natural process. It's been fun. It's also been work. A love, a labor of love to serve this organization. My presidency has been the pinnacle of my professional career. We have a great organization, one that grows and responds to the needs of our members, our students, the PA profession, and the nation. And while it responds to needs, it also leads. Our profession is PA education. It's a unique profession encompassing both the PA and the education worlds. The organization, at least, has brought issues of inclusion and equity, technology and pedagogy, as well as professional development to the forefront. So I want to thank a few folks who helped me get here. First, I want to thank you, the members who've elected me, and also those who elected me and placed me in this position, and also those who encouraged me to run for president. I've tried to uphold the faith you've placed in me as I serve to represent and look out for the best interests of the organization and for the profession. I want to thank the staff. We have a wonderful staff at PAEA. They're dedicated and committed to excellence of our profession. They care about us. They care about our mission and our work. Thank you. Special thank you to our accomplished senior leadership team who provide thoughtful leadership to the operations of PAEA. And I want to thank three people in particular: Gaina Smith for her assistance and initiative in working with the board and me, to Sarah Fletcher, who did a superb job as interim CEO and is now the Chief Operating Officer, and for Mary Jo Bondi, our first PA to become CEO, for her leadership, which began at the beginning of the COVID pandemic. The three of us, that's not the three of us, but the three of them provided me with insight, suggestions, feedback, collegiality, and support through my presidency. Thank you. And now I want to thank members of the board who've served, both past and present, during my time of being on the board, thanking them for their friendship, their advice and guidance and criticism, and mostly their encouragement. Please note that the board of PAEA is a special group of people who, on top of their daily responsibilities, place the strategy and well-being of this organization and PA education at the top of their priorities. I want to give a special shout out to three people who specifically mentored and provided examples for me, three past presidents: Bill Cohep, Lisa Alexander, and John Bowser. To the fabulous staff and students and faculty of the George Washington University PA program, whom I don't have enough time to name anybody individually, but I am grateful for the space, the time, the ideas, and the boost that you continuously gave me, allowing me to focus on the outside of the program, to focus on the profession. I would like to take a moment to highlight my mother, the late Yvonne Straker, for teaching through her words and example the meaning and importance of service and working in organizations. Thank you, Mom. Now, I've said that PAEA has been significant to me professionally, but it's very significant to me personally. I met my wife, Jacqueline Barnett, here at the forum 21 years ago. I'm very grateful to have her as my companion. And for my time on the board, particularly last year as president, she has looked the other way, or at least forgave me for my delinquency in some of my household responsibilities and my family responsibilities. She's been my rock, though. She's been my strength, my cheerleader, and my inspiration, among other things. I could have not gotten through this without you, Jackie. I love you very much. So finally, as a PA educator, as a Black male PA educator, I'm happy to see the movement that PAEA has made toward increasing diversity in our students, our faculty and staff ranks, and increasing equity in our curriculum. We still have a lot more distance to climb to achieve true inclusivity and equity, but this work has to be done by more than just the board and more than just the staff. Each of us, every program, every faculty member, every staff, has to make this part of our work, all of our work. We cannot achieve excellence in PA education without it. I will miss the board, but the organization is in excellent hands with the board under the leadership of Michael Statler and then soon Kara Carruthers. So once again, I want to thank you all for this. I will treasure this. And I'm always committed to PAEA, to the organization. Thank you all.
Once again, congratulations to all award recipients. We hope you are inspired by the leadership, scholarship, and mentorship displayed by these outstanding PA educators. Thank you for joining us at the 2021 PAEA Awards ceremony.